Hey guys, Skylar here. Today, the next couple days, we're doing a bit of a camping wilderness survival adventure. I'm in Northwest Territories. I'm gonna go back and camp for a couple nights. We'll see if I can survive. I'm going pretty luxurious though. I don't have a tent, but I have a sleeping bag, thermarest, plenty of food, things like that, ways to make a fire. Got Lola here with me. We're going to what I believe is Big Head Lake. There's a bit of a trail here, although it's hard to see. It's kind of marked. It's only about a 3-kilometer hike, so that's where we're heading tonight. It's only just about 5:45 right now, and I'm not worried about going there or not getting there before dark, because it's only a 3-kilometer hike and it doesn't really get dark here. At least it doesn't get dark till after midnight. So yeah, it's a pretty rough trail. We're kind of in a high ground full of jack pines, and then it kind of dips down, or I guess these are black spruce, some jack pines there, and then it dips down kind of some birch and black spruce. So yeah, it should be a good time. Hopefully we won't see any bears. Lots of black bears around here and the occasional grizzly, but I got my bear spray and then my big K-bar fighting knife there, and then Lola I think will probably be my best ally when it comes to bears. So yeah, we got a bit of a hike to go and a big heavy backpack, so we're gonna get her going. Oh, boy. Now that a little bit of shade here. I'm gonna take my bag off. Been walking for about an hour or so now. It's getting hot. I'm starting to sweat. And it's supposed to get down to about 0 tonight, about freezing. And I'm starting to sweat, so you all know how that goes. Lola's getting hot too. She's been drinking from all the puddles. So I just figured I'd lose a couple layers, especially because I'll show you. About to hike up that big thing there. I might even be able to see the lake I'm going to once I get to the top. So just losing a couple layers here. Oh yeah, I'm sweaty. Never thought you'd be in Canada's subarctic and feel like you're gonna pass out from the heat. Water here. Like I said, Lola's okay. She's been drinking from puddles. This is the last. I guess all the water from here on out after I finish this bottle is gonna be, I'm gonna have to get myself. I'm just gonna boil it. I have a pot. This is my last bit of tap water. Yeah, I did bring an extra pair of clothes and stuff, but hopefully I can dry out for the night. Just Lola lying down. And I'm hoping once I get to this hill I can see everything. What do you think, Lola? Went a little overboard on the sunscreen, as usual for everybody that knows me. I don't think I'm the palest person in the world, but I don't really like getting sunburned. So hopefully this will rub in, or I'm gonna look like a ghost for the rest of the video. But there we go. Top of the world up here. Got a full panoramic view of beautiful Northwest Territories. So there's a bigger lake over there. Looks pretty far. I'm assuming it's this kind of closer one here is where it leads. This trail, that's where I'll camp tonight. So just gonna keep following the markers, or a lot of times it's just slashes in the trees. And yeah, we'll get down there, but this is a beautiful spot up here. Hey Lola, what do you think? What do you think? Should we keep going? Okay, Lola says we're gonna keep going. This is some interesting terrain here we have to cross. You can see that the next marker looks like it's up on the rocks there, but you kind of have this like 2-foot deep, puddly craziness to get through. There's no great trail through. Yeah, it's almost like it's a few feet deep there. So we'll figure it out. This is okay. We're gonna have to go around. Oh well, we'll find another way. Weird that the trail kind of goes through there. My feet are wet officially, but you know, you can try and keep your feet dry, and if you can, that's great. But sometimes, you know, it's inevitable that you're gonna walk through bogs, and your boots and feet are gonna get wet. But that's why I have extra socks, and plenty of sunlight to dry out my boots. And yeah, we're in a bit of a bog here. Lola's cooling off, so I'll let you know if we get through this obstacle. Big ice caves I'm crawling through. Be really careful here because they're about 10 feet deep. No loose rocks. We don't want a 127-hour situation on our hands here, so we're being extra cautious. Come on, Lola. Come on. Up here. Careful, Lola. Come on, be careful. It's okay. She's a better climber than I am, so she's a little nervous. You want to watch when you're going. You don't fall 30 feet. Okay. I gotta go make sure Lola's okay. We'll go on. Lola's very happy she made it up there. She was just kind of stuck on that rock there and was kind of unsure how to jump to that one. There's no big pits or anything there, so she was okay. She just got a little freaked out. So, good job, Lola. Gonna help me up, Lola? You gonna help me up? Lola's smarter than I am. She found her way around. Sorry, I'm gonna have to climb. You gonna help me up, Lola? Oh. Thought that shot would be cool until I realized I had to come back for the camera. All right, so here we are. We finally made it to Big Hill Lake. See, there's a couple of loons, a male and a female, kind of hanging out there. This is just a beautiful, uninhabited Northwest Territories Canadian lake. Yeah, it's kind of a good spot. I want a bit of a point here, and like I said, it's only around 6:45 right now, and the sun doesn't go down until like after midnight. So what I'm thinking is to kind of hang out these next couple days, because that's how long I'm here. I might actually have two spots. So I love this point right here, right? It's nice. The bugs are actually starting to come out is another thing I should mention. So, you know, this is a great place to hang out. You know, water access, I'm gonna fish here, and I'm gonna cook here, right? And especially if I'm cooking fish and stuff, and if it gets all smelly, this is gonna be my kind of hangout during the day spot. But I think for camping, actually, I'm gonna camp up on those cliffs there, which is, it's actually, it looks far, but it's mostly walking across rock. So it's not too bad to get, I mean, I'm speaking too soon. I don't think it should be too bad going back and forth. So what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna set up, make my fire pit. Well, I'm gonna make two fire pits, make a fire pit here, leave all my cooking and food stuff here. And then I'm gonna head up to the cliffs, set up my camp, everything like that, leave all my most of my gear up there, and then I do have a smaller day pack where I can come and, you know, I'll go back and forth a couple days. I don't mind walking, and that's most honestly, it's a little bit for bears. I mean, like I said, there's the odd grizzly around here, mostly just black bears, which, you know, aren't as dangerous. But yeah, but then also, you know, just because they're two awesome spots, and I kind of want to hang out at both. Yeah, and with bears actually, there's a bit of a creek coming in here with a bit of a waterfall which makes some noises, which, I mean, it's nice, and like I often do sleep and camp next to water like that, but for safety, it's always safer to camp where you can hear something coming through the bush at night. But that being said, I sleep all the time near creeks and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna honestly probably, I'm in no rush for time because it doesn't get dark until like, after midnight. But I'll probably, I'll get my food stuff out, get my cooking stuff, leave my fishing rod and stuff like that here, and then I'll probably hike up, get my campsite all ready, and then come down and do some cooking and get a fire going and everything. So yeah, that's fine. Might be kind of hard to hear me over the creek coming in. What I'm doing now, I'm still down at the point, and what I'm doing is, since I'm going to go up and set up the actual campsite, I'm going to leave my food down here because there's no point in hauling all of it up, and that would just really suck. Even though I'm only going to be gone for hopefully an hour or so, that would really suck if a bear or a lynx ate it all, and Lola's food too, right? So I'm going to hang it up. I'll show you how I do that. Couldn't find any good rope, so I just have a little bit of twine. Should do the trick. Found a bit of a fork in the tree up there. So we're gonna huck it up there. Oh, what do you know? A great shot. Lola, that's not food. Hey, hey. Okay. So there we go. Man. Cut off the twine. This is how I like to hang food. Twine back. What I'll do here, I'm just gonna rotate so you guys can see. Yeah, that's what I like to do. I'll tie a quick bow line knot to my bag. Yeah, Lola smells her food too. Yeah. Tie a quick bow line. This isn't any kind of, nice paracord I want to reuse, so if I have to cut it out, that's just fine. Quick bow line. And then, oh, it's a little heavy. Hopefully it holds. Oh, hopefully this doesn't snap. Huh. See, I'm pulling it up. This tree is way too small for an adult bear to climb anyway. Yeah, paracord would have been better than this twine. There's some bears out there taller than me. Don't stand under it, Lola, because no guarantees. Oh! That was really stupid of me. Sorry for swearing. I had to take 5, so I was really flustered. But it's my own fault. This was just a dumb mistake that I didn't bring any good rope. I just saw some twine, and I was already kind of, didn't have a lot of room. Anyway. So I I threw it over 3 times now off camera and tied it 3 times. I have 3 times twine now, and hopefully this will be good. I'll try not to swear this time when it breaks. A little bit of Lola's food fell in the puddle, but just a tiny bit, and she ate it right out of the puddle, so sorry about that, Lola. All my food's in cans, besides a few apples. This okay, that should be good. You know what I'll do? With all 3 ropes, let's tie them. I think I got lots of rope. I'll just tie it to the tree behind here. Spin. keep the bears off of it for now. Oh boy. This is not a great setup. But, oh well. So note to self, next time I shall bring a better rope. Got that, Lola? A bit of a timber hitch here. There we go. Tightens on itself. That should be good. So getting ready to make my first meal here. I got pretty much all the food groups. I got an apple. I got, what is this? Moroccan 8 vegetables and chicken spiced, and some tuna, which in bear country was probably dumb in retrospect, but we're gonna make a big old jambalaya here. That, oh yeah. Got some good tuna. One of the first things I'm gonna do is wash the cans out. So I realized, in terms of bears, this might not be the best spot to be cooking, just because if a bear does kind of come through the bush now, I can't, you know, back away. I'm kind of caught here. So we'll hope that doesn't happen. Mix her all up. Oh, Lola smells it. Lots of coals. Heat it up on the little oven there. And yeah, there we go. All right, so I had my dinner, which was good, and I boiled some water. Didn't do any fishing tonight, just because I wanted to come up here, but I saw tons of fish jumping, and I'm super excited for tomorrow. There's Lola. Hi, Lola. So we're back up here now. Yeah, I just want to show you guys. So I thought originally this was one lake, and then that was another lake, but it's actually all just one big lake. This is all Big Hill Lake. So yeah, that's good to know. And yeah, so I figured out what I'm going to do for bedding. I'll come over here. What I have going on. So there's lots of moss on these rocks up here. It's mostly just jack pine. Yeah, it's all jack pine up here. I think this is too high up and dry for the spruce. But there's lots of green moss on these rocks, and then there's also, I mean, there's kind of this more lively wet moss, but then I found lots of dry, dead, fluffy moss. So this spot right here, as you can see, I don't have a tent, is in a bit of a pit. That moss it's dry and it's quite comfortable. You know, keep me up off the ground. So I think what I'm gonna do is there's a little bit. This is the best spot I could find, and there's a little bit of a rock sticking out there. So I'm gonna actually just borrow some moss from somewhere else, cover up that one little rock, just one little spot, and then set up there. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. All right, guys, just getting into bed now. This should be a good spot for us. We're pretty protected from the wind. And yeah, I just kind of had a little fire. Dried my boots out a little bit. They're not perfect, but they're much better than they were. The other thing I did, which this is something that I always kind of do in like winter or cold weather camping, not that it's going to be terribly cold tonight, is beside the fire pit, before I go to bed, I made a big stockpile of like some like little like fire starter tinder. So I have birch bark, and then I have some like, you know, kindling, you know, small little pine twigs and stuff, and then some bigger logs. And that's just in case, you know, I wake up in the middle of the night like freezing, or if, you know, for some reason I'm up in the middle of the night and I'm cold and I need to get warm. I can get that fire going in under a minute, right? I'll have a big roaring fire, and that will keep me warm. So that's the plan. It's about midnight now. The sun just kind of went down. It's still light out, but it'll be up in only a few hours. So that might be something. Got my K-bar and my bear spray there just in case, but mainly I have Lola, and she'll let me know if something gets too close to camp. So yeah, I'm super excited. This is awesome, and yeah, I'm pumped for a day of fishing and hiking and some more exploring tomorrow. So yeah, and that's about it. So good night. All right, guys, Lola and I survived the night. Wasn't so bad at all, but one thing I did do, you can see that's where I started sleeping, that area there. And what I did was actually, you don't really realize it, and and I have heard this before, but you think, hey, it's even hard to tell by the video, but it's not totally flat. But I was like, oh, my head will be toward the high part, it'll be totally fine. That's actually really uncomfortable. I kind of felt like I was like sliding down my therm rest and kept adjusting, so I just kind of dragged my stuff just about 10 feet over. Hope nobody was worried about Lola last night. She was completely fine. She's a husky. She used to be an outdoor dog. It only got down to 0 last night, so for her that was really nothing. Speaking of Lola, let's go find her. There she is. Just kind of snoozing. But yeah, no, I slept really well. Obviously, like I said, at first I had to kind of adjust, and then I had some thoughts go through my mind, like, hey, what they say is, there'll occasionally be a grizzly around these parts, and it's like, okay, well, like, does that mean like somebody occasionally sees a grizzly around these parts? Because like, how many grizzlies have to go through here for somebody to see one? Which, that's just kind of what goes through your head when you're trying to sleep out here. But at one point, Lola actually got up and kind of was interested in something, which scared me. But I think all is well. She's definitely my best friend out here, because she'll, I really trust that she'll let me know whatever's going on. Yeah, my boots are they're still a little wet, but they're much drier. Like I said, I dried them out on the fire a little bit last night, and then even though it's like almost 9 now, and I didn't wake up until around 8 p.m. The sun had dried them out for like 4 hours before I woke up. And yeah, it's all jack pine up here. It's pretty barren in terms of trees. It's like kind of up here on these rocks. There'll be jack pine. As you get kind of down lower, and then the bogs, or there's one there. There's black spruce. There's a bit of an aspen grove with some trembling aspen that way. There's lots of little birch up here. It's not enough soil for them to grow big, but there's some little birch up here. And then I did see some tamarack closer to the water. These are really cool, these jack pine. Actually, in order for the seeds to germinate, the cones actually need to be burned. And I'll tell you, I can see why there's lots of big forest fires up here. It's super bone dry. It's, the sun's up for like 19 hours a day. It's pretty cool. The other cool thing I found is when these trees die, they'll fall kind of down onto this bare rock and get a ton of sun, and they don't rot, right? Because they're on rock, just, super dry, constantly getting sun, and they'll kind of turn into this cool, like, bone-like material that's like super dry and rock hard. So that's pretty cool. There's my little setup there. Socks drying out. Should be dry by now. So I think the plan now is I'm getting kind of hungry, and I'm sure Lola's hungry. She gets her breakfast in the morning. So we're going to, I got my little day pack set up, and we're gonna hike down to that point, get some food. I gotta boil some more water, and then do some fishing, I think, today. So looking forward to that. And come on, Lola. She's tired. Come on. Come on. All right, off we go. Just want to show you guys my little cook water boiling stove here. I'm gonna make some breakfast now, but basically this is like, you know, equivalent to your little propane or butane burning gas stove. I basically just kind of made these 3 rocks. As you can see, it's not small. This fire isn't to, you know, heat me up or anything, with some kind of air holes in there. I have birch bark down there, and then kind of these little twigs. I'll light the match in there, and then, you know, once that goes, I can start to, you know, put some larger things on, and then finally, once this burns down, this pot just kind of perfectly rests on top. Still, you know, lots of air gets through down here, in that corner, and this corner, and yeah, this is how I'm cooking and boiling all my water. It's Lola snoozing in the sun. And here's just my twig stove in action. See, I put some bigger things on. Put even more. And this should, once that burns down, I'll be ready to put my pot on top. Hey guys, so it's the afternoon now. I'm back up at camp, just getting a little bit of shade because the sun is out in full force right now. Tried a little bit of fishing this morning. I had lots of pike actually come up and like chase my lure in, but none of them committed or they saw me. So we'll try a little bit more this afternoon. I see that there's a bit of a trail kind of that way from camp, and I've heard that it could lead to some other lakes and stuff. So I think I might, you know, just pack my little fanny pack up with, you know, a few supplies, my fishing rod, and we'll go see if they're not frozen, if there's some other lakes we can fish in, and then try here again tonight. So yeah, that's the plan. All right, guys. So we hiked. It was only like a 10-20 minute walk from the camp where I slept there. To another arm of Big Hill Lake, or this actually I think is the main part of the lake, and there's same thing. There's a bay, probably a bit of a creek going in, so the ice is open. So I figured we'll do a few casts. Alright, so I haven't really had much luck fishing yet. Although there's pike everywhere, they're spawning. I'm not really after pike. I'm looking for trout, but it's kind of cool because there's just pike kind of where the ice is open in the shallow sunny areas. They're just spawning everywhere. And a couple of them have chased my hook, but no trout yet at least, but that's all right. It's another great sunny day, and we're going to keep trying, you know, keep hiking around, and maybe head back to camp and get some food soon, but yeah, it's a great day. This is interesting. I just met the most aggressive red squirrel I've ever met. He actually kind of charged me from down the rock, a bit of a bluff charge, and Lola chased him up the tree here. Yeah, I've never met such an aggressive squirrel before. Lola's not impressed. I think it's a her. I think she has her babies. I think that's why. So we'll leave her alone. Come on, Lola. All right, just heading down from camp now to the water. I'm gonna cook some food, but most importantly, I need to boil some water. I'm actually feeling kind of dehydrated. I've had less than a liter of water today, and I've been hiking all over, and it's after 4, so definitely need to get some water in me, and then yeah, we should be good from there. Morning. Got my bag all packed up. It's the last morning here. Getting ready to pack out. First, I'm gonna make a little bit of breakfast. I'm down at at my cook spot. I brought some eggs, and what I did to you know, to keep them cool and fresh is I wrapped them in birch bark like that in the shade, and submerged them in the water, and then left them here. And luckily, nothing got them. So. Yeah, we should have some good eggs for breakfast. All right, so we're just hiking out now. We're almost at the highway where my uncle's gonna pick me up. So basically home free. It's been a great trip. I could stay out here all week, but at the same time, I'm excited to sleep in my bed tonight. So yeah, it's been a great trip, and I hope you enjoyed.